Well, Anandji, it is anti-national of the Congress to say this because there are three interpretations of it. A, the Congress party believes in open borders, clearly indicating their protection to illegal infiltration. Because please note that the Congress party has also opposed the SIR exercise. One of its aim is to remove the illegal infiltrators. B, the Congress party mocks India's success in Operation Sindoor and Operation Mahadev because the world acknowledges that it were the Indian forces which gave Pakistan a befitting reply. And three, the Congress party here says, why do we need an army? So if a political party which ruled this country for at least 60 to 70 years has the idea and a thought that why do we need an army, we bear apart the number, I think it is extremely dangerous. And as the Honorable Prime Minister said, that this exact thinking of the Congress party is not of a political opponent, but it is exactly of Muslim League Maoiwadi Congress, because the stand of the Congress has been consistent. And maybe as we are celebrating Vijay Divas today, let us not forget that this is the same thinking in the Congress party which percolated when India did not attack Pakistan after 26/11, where India should have given a befitting reply, but the political will under Sonia Gandhi prevented India from giving a befitting reply. And even in Operation Vijay Divas, please note what R.N. Kao, then advisor to Indira Gandhi, had said, that we had everything on our favor. We could have snatched a part of Pakistan, illegally occupied part of Jammu and Kashmir from Pakistan, but Indira Gandhi succumbed and did not had a good deal. So our forces achieved history in Operation Vijay on Vijay Divas, but unfortunately since then to now the Congress party's stand has been very weak on national security.
The other part is that does Mr. Prithviraj Chavan say that our forces are lying? The armed forces chiefs, the CDS, the government, the foreign minister, the Raksha Mantri, they are all nothing but liars. And can he provide one naya paisa of proof for the claims that he is making that only compromise Bharat's position and Bharat's victory? Syed Asad Abbas, namaste.
Namaste, Anand Bhai. Firstly, I absolutely do not think so. This is the Congress party stand. I think Mr. Prithviraj Chavan has stepped out of bounds, out of line to make such a gregarious statement. I believe that Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, ICC president, was categorically clear, and he stated that we stand with the country, we stand with the National Party, which is the ruling dispensation, BJP, when it comes to the Operation Sindoor. Also, let us understand that my dear friend Pradeep Bhandari of the Bharatiya Janata Party raising questions on Congress's patriotism is actually uncalled for. Why? Because let us understand that the Congress party, leaders like Indira Gandhi lost life for this country, leaders like Rajiv Gandhi lost life for this country. So therefore, also it is a party which has the highest number of freedom fighters fighting for our beautiful country. So therefore, for one person's opinion or his words, that cannot be entitled as the Congress party's opinion. So therefore, I think Pradeep Bhai, I think you should take back your statement calling Congress party as Maoiwadi and so on and so forth. I think it's unsuitable, uncalled for a party which has been a grand old party of India and also which has had several freedom fighters.
For Pradeep Bhandari or anybody else to take back their statement, let the Congress sack Mr. Prithviraj Chavan unceremoniously, immediately, for life out of the Congress party. He's a former Maharashtra chief minister. Please understand
Indeed,
this.
indeed.
No, you have to understand. Sir, there are layers to this, this statement that Mr. Prithviraj Chavan has made. I have immense respect for him, or I had immense respect for him till the time he made this statement. Let us say, for notwithstanding whatever he had to say, there was even one naya paisa of truth in what he is trying to say. Would you as a Bharatiya ever say this on a public platform to say that Bharat was defeated? Would you as a Bharatiya compromise Bharat's position on Operation Sindoor? Would you as someone who sworn on the Constitution to protect the interests of the people of the country, do a disservice to the soldiers of this country, to the armed forces of the country? Would you as a Bharatiya ever sit down and there say that for half an hour we were defeated? And this is on the night when Bharat demolished the enemy's terror infrastructure. This is on a
Undoubtedly, Anand
night.
Saab, for
This
back
is
in
on a
my,
night.
I agree with you on this front, sir. There are no
Operation
two ways
Sindoor
about
is on
it.
pause, but in 90 hours, not only was their terror infrastructure demolished, but 11 of their air bases were also smashed. Chun
Absolutely.
ke positions that we wanted. Now, would you as a
I'm
Bharatiya,
glad that
would you
you
as a Congress
asked me
party
these
member,
questions.
would you as an individual in public life ever make an utterance like this?
As a matter of fact, this is against your dharma, Anand Saab. I believe Prithviraj Chavan ji has gone against our dharma. This is Ma Bharti, this is Mother Earth for us. Our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, Hubbul Watan, live for your country, your love for your country, and your patriotism towards your country. My religion would disown me if I make such statements. So, therefore, I believe that Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, who's been the former chief minister, must be a lot more careful and liable to his statements. There is a saying that कोई भी बोले कुछ नहीं हिले, but कोई बादशाह बोले या कोई खिंती आदमी बोले पूरा मुल्क हिले. So therefore, when he's been a former chief minister, he needs to weigh every word of his.
No,
And to me, as a Bharatiya, it hurts me
He
when
has
he makes
further
such
added
statements.
exact position like Jawaharlal Nehru, who is going to come and attack us. So let's give off our lands, let's shut down our ordnance factories, and we don't even need an army. Now that's the mindset that this person or this gentleman, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, has actually reflected today. Lieutenant General D.B. Pandey is also joining us, just playing out the two sound bites that we have with us here on the right stand. Can we just play that out again, please?
7 तारखेला जे हवाई युद्ध अर्ध्या तासात झालं त्यामध्ये आपला टोटल पराभव झाला हे कोणी मान्य करो वगैरे न करो आणि त्यामुळे त्या दिवशी भारताची जी विमानं पडली त्या दिवशी सगळा भारताचा एअरफोर्स हा ग्राउंड झाला आणि त्यानंतर एकही विमान उडलं नाही. पण कुठेही विमान उडलं की पाकिस्तानचं तुमचं विमान ग्वाल्हेर असेल किंवा भटिंडा असेल किंवा सिरसा असेल तिथं वाढायची शक्यता असल्यामुळं आपलं कंप्लीट एअरफोर्स ग्राउंड झालं. सिंदूरमध्ये पाहिलं की मिलिटरीची 1 किलोमीटर सुद्धा कुठं हालचाल झाली नाही. ते 2-3 दिवस झालं ते फक्त हवाई युद्ध झालं, मिसाईल युद्ध झालं. आता पुढची युद्ध तशीच होणार आहेत. मग आपल्याला 12 लाख आर्मी ठेवायची काय गरज आहे का? मग त्यांच्याकडे दुसरं काहीतरी काम करून घेऊ आपण.
General Pandey, two aspects. First, in Marathi, Prithviraj Chavan says that on 7th May, the air fight that happened, our aircrafts didn't even take off. They couldn't have taken off. Would have taken off, they would have been smashed or they would have been blown away. We lost aircrafts too and we were totally defeated. That's one point. The second thing he says, recently we saw during Operation Sindoor, there was not even a 1 kilometer movement of the military. Whatever happened over 2 or 3 days was only an aerial war and missile warfare. In the future too, wars will be fought in the same way. In such a situation, do we really need to maintain an army of 12 lakh soldiers or can we make them do some other work?
Yeah, so Anand, I'm actually terribly shocked for something coming from a person he's a top leader of a political party. And we got to one political analyst and a political representative. I'll not go into the political realm. But it is clearly a mindset reflecting that possibly he's out of tune of what is happening and what is reflected. I'll answer your both questions in 2 parts, and unfortunately, nobody in uniform today can possibly come out and contest. And let me give it out as much as possible with knowledge I have, having been on front at many times, and you know very well my credentials. Firstly, after the Pahalgam attack, what was the mission? The mission was laid down very clearly and emphatic by the political dispensation of the day. To destroy the terrorists, whatever systems were behind. We scaled it up and went into Pak Punjab. Besides we were going to POJK, we destroyed the Indian armed forces. I will not like to decouple, but yes, the first this thing was what is known to people was done by the Air Force. On 2 of them, that is in Pak Punjab. They virtually decimated it, and we are not the ones who are getting the proofs. The proofs are being given by the international satellite systems, information channels, the Pakistanis themselves. And I wish Chavanji needs to actually go out and watch what the Pakistanis are saying about what was achieved. And oh, by the way, within 4 days, the Pakistani top hierarchy establishment has said that we keeled over, we kneeled over, we went begging to the US president to stop the war, and the president and his team is saying as much, that they said it is a bilateral issue, and well, Indians aren't going to help out by talking to them, by Americans talking to them, you need to speak to themselves. And all these things have been recorded, told as many times, not by us, but the world media, world leadership, and everybody has acknowledged it. What does he want? What the people of India, not the people of India, the people of world wanted a punishment being meted out to Pakistani terror camps or terrorist camps was achieved. Now, after 24-hour cycle, when I still remember all the feedbacks, and I came to your channel a couple of times on that period, that our government kept on saying that we need to punish the terrorists, we don't want to scale up. But the Pakistanis wanted, in their mindset, they believed they can keep on scaling up. Once they kept on scaling up, they were smashed to smithereens on the 11th, on the 10th night. And that has been acknowledged by everybody. Those videos have come to you, Indian channels, much later than what the international channel showcased. And that is how emphatic. First was a terror strike, which was carried, anti-terror strikes were carried out. A military come political visions were achieved. And thereafter, they wanted to scale up to a military level strikes. That military superiority was absolutely established, overwhelming, clearly, right? There was just no response after that 25 minutes that Indian armed forces sang the dance of death over the Pakistani airspace. Why does he forget these two things? Now, coming on to very clearly, let me just talk about this 12 lakh Indian army talking of, right? This 12 lakh Indian army is the one which is actually protecting them, people like them, from the terror strikes happening in the hinterland. This 12 lakh army has ensured that Jammu Kashmir continues to remain the part of Indian nation, and we are looking beyond to take over POJK in some time on frame. This 12 lakh Indian army is the one which is looking after Northeast, every troubled region, which Chavanji and his ilk, every time they have failed to control. This is the Indian army which steps in, be it on the border, be it with the Chinese, be it with Pakistan, be it with Bangladesh, with any other country. And oh, by the way, they are the most respected Indian armed forces, Indian army, world over. Israelis, Americans, Russians, Chinese, everybody wants to come out and actually have a picture taken with us. And coming on a day of Vijay Divas, today is a day when Indian army went out, Indian armed forces went out, 93,000 surrender was taken. This is a world record of sorts in the modern day history in last 1 century. Nowhere any country has surrendered 93,000 soldiers in one go. Is he forgetting about Kargil conflict, in which 540 plus officers, soldiers died on the icy heights? Chavanji has not even walked at 15, 16,000. My eyes are actually burning today by listening to him, right? And I can assure you, there are 12 lakh soldiers who will be burnt like hell to listen to his statements. I'm not looking at the political part. As an individual, he should have a shame. I have served 7 tenures in those altitude and glacier, saving this country from the outside threat. I've served in Kashmir. We all have served in Kashmir, saving this country from the wrath which comes out from a revisionist power outside. And lastly, let me find out about Indian Army's contribution in Operation Sindoor. 2 places were attacked by Indian Air Force. What we don't talk of, 9 places which are blown to smithereens, right? More than 100 Pakistani, not only terrorists, Pakistani soldiers and officers were killed, right? By the Indian Army, those guns which are booming across the LC. Unfortunately, we don't talk about it much, right? And that is where possibly I feel that we need to rub the nose of these people and the proof which comes out. And I really hope that I get an opportunity to write a book on it, and I'll endorse a personal copy to Chavanji to tell him that what 12 lakh people have been doing even during Operation Sindoor, right? I'm sorry, I'm slightly emotional today. It irks me that today on Vijay Divas, where the entire country, I am swarmed on the social media from Generation Z, talking about how proud they feel. This one man is out of sync with the country, what the country believes and wants to believe.
No, you've spoken from the heart, and but you've spoken a lot of sense, General Pandey, and we totally share your sentiment, and we understand how irked you'd be. By the time you complete your book, I'd urge Prithviraj Chavan to also read General Pandey's predecessor at 15 Corps, Lieutenant General K.D.S. Dhillon or Tiny Dhillon's Op Sindoor, because that's where it highlights the untold or the unsaid parts of what the armed forces did to protect our borders and to keep the Pakistani army at bay, and also to teach them a lesson. They've cleaned up so many of those camps, and also from where, who do you think blew up the places from where they were launching their drones and the launch pads of the drones, and also the terrorists that they were sending along the LC or in the POJK region? It was the Indian Army. So for Prithviraj Chavan to make these statements, it's quite shocking. But there seems to be an agenda. It cannot be that someone like Mr. Prithviraj Chavan could not use his mind to try and say that, oh my God, how can I make such an utterance? Somebody has colored his perception, or somebody has perhaps put a gun to his head and said, you have to say these things. Otherwise, your reason for existence is going to be under question mark, Pradeep Bhandari. Where is the Congress party's reaction so far? It's nearly half an hour since Mr. Chavan's utterances have come out across on the media. There's no reaction from the Congress party. There is no condemnation of his statement, and there is no sacking of him from primary Congress membership.
Well, Anandji, he will not be sacked, he will be promoted. And I respect the passion of General D.P. Pandey, and all of us admire him for his national service. But what I believe here is that Mr. Chauhan is making the statement because his boss Rahul Gandhi gets happy by such statements, because it is Mr. Rahul Gandhi who during Operation Sindoor had asked, Hindustan ke kitne jets gire? And you did not, when the top leadership of the Congress party makes such a statement, it was Rahul Gandhi who, as per a US cable, when the Congress was in power, said that Hindu extremists are bigger threat to this country than Lashkar-e-Taiba. And I will tell you the context of this. If you recall the Asia Power Index, after the Operation Sindoor, India has reached as one of the top nations as per the Asia Power Index on military strength. So when the entire world knows that India's military strength, army strength, capability is second to none, you have the Congress leader on the instructions of Rahul Gandhi making a statement which he also knows will be used by Pakistan on a global forum. But I ask you here, if you recall the press conferences of the Pakistani ISI and DGMO, they had used a Congress party's statements as matter of evidence in the global war of narrative. And when the Congress knows this, after this also, if the Congress leaders continue to do so, this is where I reiterate that Congress today has forgotten to be a political opponent. It has become the opponent of India's unity and integrity. And it is just not limited to this operation. When we had conducted the surgical strike, they had asked ki proof kya hai. When we had done Balakot, he had said ki bhai pedi mare gaye. When has it been even one instance, if you can tell me, in the last 10 years, when the Congress party has stood with the sentiment of the country? And allow me to explain you why. It is the same Congress party which did not celebrate Kargil Vijay Divas from 2004 to 2009. And it is the same Congress party which gifted India's sovereignty at Sharm el-Sheikh to Pakistan. So my charge here is the following, that this is what Congress ideology is. So please do not expect sacking, expect he being restored and promoted, and the people of the country and every patriot should see that this is where the Congress can take the nation for, and wherever we have suffered fault lines on our national security, it is not because of our forces, they have always been courageous and valor, it is because of inept political capabilities of the Congress party whenever it was in power. This is dangerous what Mr. Chauhan has said, but I am not surprised.
Let's hope that let's hope that the Congress party proves you wrong, Pradeep Bhandari. Proves you wrong, proves the BJP's assumption about the Congress party totally wrong in the next 10 minutes. That's what I'm hoping for. Truly, really, viewers. Yes, Syed
Yes, thank you. Anand bhai, Pradeep Bhandari ji made a statement that this is on the instructions of Rahul Gandhi. I think it's unfair to attribute this to him without having any evidence of proof of the same. Also, as a matter of fact, I'm glad that you mentioned about Pakistan ISI.
Exactly, my dear friend, prove me wrong.
Just allow me to complete my point, my dear friend. Thank you. In the same tablet that you have, I quickly request you to go to any AI platforms that you use or any Google that you use and type Dhruv Saxena, a member of the BJP IT cell who was found to be working for Pakistan's ISI. So therefore, sir, you
He
will
was
not see any
arrested
Congress
even by our
person
own.
working.
Who
No, no,
arrested
no, hear
him?
me out.
Who
Hear me
arrested
out.
him? No, no, who arrested him? Do not pass the buck.
You're
Do not
exposed.
deviate. Who arrested him?
Pradeep Bhandari,
Why
you're
are
exposed.
you are
Which
becoming better
party?
than Hafiz Saeed to
Allow me
defend
to
Rahul Gandhi?
complete my
Is
point.
it
Don't
true
get
or not
Let him
that
complete,
Rahul?
Pradeep.
Is it true or not that
Please
Rahul
allow
asked
me.
Hindustan
Pradeep
ke kitne
Bhandari,
jet
please,
gire?
please let him complete. Yeah.
Pradeep, please,
Please go
Pradeep,
ahead, please go
allow
ahead.
me to complete my point. Firstly, of course, he was arrested by the NIA, and great job by the National Investigation Agency, and we take pride in that. The fact of the matter is, for members like Dhruv Saxena or any member of the Congress party who makes such statements, I think they should be dealt with iron hands. I completely agree with Anand Bhai. The Congress, Indian National Congress, must and should take a statement on this because we might be having difference of opinion or ideologies, but when it comes to nation, when it comes to unity, and that must be sacrosanct, there are no two ways about it. Like a Dhruv Saxena or any member of any party who has interests against the nation or who makes such frivolous, foolish, absolutely catastrophic statements, there needs to be measures.
Stop
Also, I
comparing a
request
mole
political
with a
party.
man who
Wait,
has
wait,
been an
wait.
ex-chief
Pradeep
minister of
Bhandari, Pradeep
Maharashtra.
Bhandari, I did
No,
not
no, no. Do
interrupt you,
not
my
compare
friend.
apples
I
and
did
oranges.
not
Sorry.
interrupt you,
No, no.
my
A
dear friend.
patriot in me will
Allow me
interrupt
10
you.
seconds, my friend. This is not fair.
No,
10
because I
seconds,
was
I
speaking the
finish.
truth.
I hear you. Just
He's
give me
been
10
the
seconds.
ex-chief
The
minister
fact
of Congress party.
I'm
Stop,
making a
stop
larger
comparing a
statement here,
mole who
my
was
friend.
arrested by the
My
NIA under
friend,
us to
I'm
what
making a
Mr.
larger
Chauhan has said
statement
as a
here.
matter of
Just
ideology,
10
which is
seconds, my dear
do
friend.
not have
My
army
dear
on the
friend, hear me
border.
out. My dear friend,
And
any
can you tell me
political
once
party,
Rahul has
Pete,
tracked any
now hear
anti-national or
me.
such a
One
Hear
comment?
minute,
me
one minute,
out.
one minute.
Pete,
Arey, we
just
to
Okay,
have.
say
okay,
10
When has
okay,
seconds.
Rahul done it?
okay,
Pete,
okay.
Prithviraj Chavan,
Syed
Pete,
Asad,
Prithviraj Chavan, or any political party,
Syed,
you're a politician. You have absolutely no knowledge of defense or the how the army works. Making a foolish statement when we have China
no,
on
Stop
one hand.
acting like a
no, no,
kid. He was
no.
the
Syed
ex-member
Asad
Such
Abbas, Syed
soldiers.
Asad
of
Abbas, Pradeep Bhandari.
Maharashtra, where every intelligence agency in Maharashtra used to report to him.
Syed Asad
Stop
Abbas,
acting. Stop giving a
correct.
very immature argument,
Yeah,
Syed.
Syed Asad Abbas and Pradeep Bhandari. Pradeep Bhandari made a point. It is not any regular politician. Prithviraj Chavan is a seasoned politician and a former chief minister of the state of Maharashtra, and he has handled the home department, and he is also aware of the challenges of terror and the terror and the fear that it brings into the minds of people, and this is all park back terror. He has spoken against it in the past. My point is,
Therefore,
sir,
he should not
no,
make
one,
such
one minute.
foolish statements.
No, not even that. The point is, forget Prithviraj Chavan. No Bharatiya will make a statement like this without
I agree
having
with you, sir.
without having any one naya paisa of facts to back. He would not even make, and even if that person had certain facts which point in this direction, no patriot would ever come out and compromise his country's interests on a national, on
Absolutely.
a world platform. So at various levels, this
Wrong.
borders,
This is unforgivable, Anand
this
Bhai.
borders on treachery with the country, this borders on treason with the country, but more importantly, if this is the line, like you said, it is wrong to attribute this to the blessings of Mr. Rahul Gandhi or the Congress top leadership, then the Congress top leadership has to come out and make an example of Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, saying, dare not any other leader ever make an utterance like this against the country and without sanction. That
I agree with you,
still waiting on that. Yes, General Pandey.
Yeah, I will move slightly away from the political debate. I just want to make one statement for a lot of people who start believing that with the drone war fighting going out and missiles going to be utilized, and therefore maybe foot soldiers or Indian Army or the regular armed forces not required. I just draw references to Israel and Hamas. Israel, backed up with the best technology behind, continues to fight against Hamas, right? You require boots on the ground. In Russia-Ukraine war, even after 4 years, in spite of drones and missiles, neither of the two countries have actually been subjugated completely. And soldiers on the ground are holding lines and forts wherever they are, while drones keep on doing, they fly up and down and do. So technology is an enabler. It empowers. It achieves to go beyond the realm or achieve something much more. But to start saying that as robots, as technology has come, you don't require Indian Army or Indian Air Force or Indian Navy, and everything can become tech oriented. And oh, by the way, let's sit back and have machines to fight the war. Then possibly we require machines only as political leaders, right? The second thing I think, which I have spoken about on one of your debates, is I'll repeat again. In the national security realm, it is very important that anybody who's likely to be a parliamentary, who's likely to be an assembly representative, needs to be taught about strategic orientation, the challenges, and what national security comprises of. In both the wars which are going on, has any Israeli asked that how many of their drones, missiles, or air jets have fallen down? You start looking and searching for all the four countries, what losses are, or even what the Americans are. You will find none happening. Nobody's talking like this for their respective countries, saying that the Russians should come out and give numbers that how many Air Force jets of Russian Air Force have fallen down. Nobody talks from his own country about their security forces because these are external threats which are tackling them, right? There are issues. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Pradeep Bhandari is showing something to the viewers. Yes, Pradeep Bhandari.
Anandji, recall this is a footage from the parliament. This is Praniti Shinde, again a very senior member of parliament from the Congress party. She called Operation Sindoor a tamasha. Was she sacked by Rahul Gandhi? And Mr. Syed here, who's giving clean chit to Rahul Gandhi here, name one leader, whether it is Imran Masood, who said कि भाई Operation Mahadev हुआ ही नहीं हुआ है, वो has he been sacked from the Congress party? Can individuals here tell one leader who has been sacked from the Congress party from making an anti-national statement? Not even one, because it is Rahul Gandhi who believes that Hindu extremists are bigger threat to this country than the likes of terror organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba. That is the real moot point. I blame Rahul Gandhi and the Congress ideology. And if Syed can prove me wrong, I am happy to be corrected.
Yes,
Firstly,
yes,
on a
sir.
lighter note, sir, I also have a MacBook and tablets beside me, but I don't believe in show off. I can also show you a couple of statements made by your party
Don't
leaders.
act like a kid again. Again, you are
John
acting
of,
like a kid. No,
hear me
Syed,
out.
don't act like a kid. It's not about
don't-
showing off, it's showing
no,
evidence.
my
Rahul
dear
only
friend,
believes
don't-
in fake news. You do not have
Hear
an
me.
evidence. Show an
Hear me.
evidence.
Hear me.
Show an evidence. Show an evidence.
Okay,
Don't
let it go.
interrupt.
Do not do
interrupt
whataboutery
like
with
that.
me and do not beat
Hear
around the
me
bush.
out,
Show an
my friend.
evidence. Show me
My
an
friend, the
evidence.
audience-
This
okay,
is about
audience
nation.
are
It's not
watching.
about BJP or Congress.
My dear
Okay.
friend,
It's about
my
our
dear friend.
country.
Okay,
Don't-
okay,
And country is
Pradeep
above any
Bhandari. So
political
Pradeep
party.
Bhandari's point is very
Please,
simple.
please.
Irrespective of what instrument he was holding, the point is that a Praniti Shinde said something in Parliament and there was no action taken by the Congress party about it. That's the point. So what
Right.
he's saying is repeatedly the Congress party.
You should have
leaders-
given people tablets in madrasa, my dear friend Syed Abbas. Things would have improved like anything. You would not
Now,
have
hear
given,
me.
We are
things like
veering away.
Australia.
Hear me.
We are
Now, hear
veering
me
away.
out.
We are veering away
Now,
from the discussion. Let's
Pradeep,
bring it back, yeah.
my dear friend, now hear me out. You're so rattled, my friend. You sound like an interrupting kid in a necessary kindergarten, sir. Hear me out like a civil person. Did I interrupt you? No, right? So hear me out like
I
a
am-
civil person.
No,
Don't get
I
so
am not
rattled.
acting like kinder.
Don't get so
It
rattled.
boils my heart
Don't
to
get so
see that you are
rattled.
justifying what has
Hear me.
happened. If
Don't
it does
be
not
so
boil your
rattled.
heart, then you are not
Have
a
some
patriot.
weight. Have some weight.
Like,
Have some ground.
I will be angry.
Hear me out.
I will be
have some
angry
patience.
because you guys have
Kindly
made it
be
a mess.
civil. You exposing yourself by
normalizing it.
getting so
No, I
rattled.
cannot have patience.
Hear my answer,
This
my
man-
dear friend. Thank
this
you.
man
Thank you,
is
Anand sir.
speaking
The fact is,
against
be
my army.
Praniti Shinde or any leader of the Congress party, I believe that Mr. Rahul Gandhi must and should make an example out of them because he's lost his grandmother and his respective father for the country. So therefore, I urge Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the President,
Because
Mr.
of
Mallikarjun
intelligence
Kharge,
failure
to
and
take
security
a
failure of the
decisive
Congress
step on
government.
this
Do
so
not
that the
eulogize
likes of
that.
Imran Masood or a Shinde or a Prithviraj Chavan do not dare to make a statement against our country and our Indian army. The fact they need lessons on this is absolutely unfair and unfortunate. And here Pradeep Bhandari acts like a kid interrupting me. Sir, you're a national spokesperson. You're not a kid in a kindergarten
You are
who
acting
loves
like
to
a
interrupt
troll.
and fight.
A troll who
This
studies
is
in a
unfortunate.
madrasa
Okay.
Because
and
I'm
cannot-
exposing
you
you.
cannot speak
What
truth.
madrasa?
That
No.
is your problem.
What
Okay,
madrasa
okay,
are you
no,
saying?
no,
Where is
one minute,
madrasa
one minute.
into this?
No,
Have some sense
wa-
when you
wa-
speak,
wa-
my
wa-
friend.
No, 1 minute.
This
It's
is
not-
unfortunate.
One
It's not
minute.
the way you
One-
debate.
1 minute. 1 minute. The point is, it's not not the way the oldest political party in our country conducts itself, or the offshoot of the oldest political party, because what we see as the Indian National Congress today is the Congress I or Congress Indira, but it is an offshoot of the oldest Congress party that was formed by A.O. Hume back in the 19th century. But more importantly, that's not how a party that claims to have given its blood, sweat and toil and contributed immensely to Bharat's Swatantrata Abhiyan turns around and compromises its own swa and compromises its own integrity and sovereignty by not taking action against leaders like Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, a tall Congress leader from the state of Maharashtra, a close confidant of the top leadership in Delhi of the Congress party, a former chief minister of Maharashtra, and someone who has ears of the top leadership. He's also been the head of the Pradesh Congress committee in the past. So this is no ordinary bloke who's sitting there and making a comment. He's somebody who spent more than 4 decades plus in politics and in public life. So that's where it is. But and somewhere an example needs to be made out of people who compromise the country from within. These are the termites who are hurting the nation from within. These are the people who vilify and who somewhere I don't even know what word to use. I don't want to use an unparliamentary word, but who somewhere belittle the service that is rendered by those personnel in uniform for our country. They don't even know, sir, they don't even know how many people it takes to fire an L-70. They don't even know what is the deployment and how many people who are braving this winter to try and protect us at Siachen. They don't even know how many people are there along our eastern borders, along the LAC, trying to ensure to try and push the enemy back there. They don't know, sir. And that's travesty. All these people should be packed off and put for 2 weeks right on the front lines. They should wake up, they should sleep, they should eat, they should drink only bullets from the enemy all the time. That's when they will realize what it takes to be a soldier and what it takes to commit yourself to the country. Sadly, they don't know. And that's why they can be so flippant and pass such comments. It's a travesty. I have to wind up. I thank you, General Pandey, for joining us. Thank you for your passionate delivery, and thank you for putting that sentiment that every Bharatiya echoes with you. Pradeep Bhandari and Syed Asad Abbas, thank you very much. We've got more news coming.